Kaminari here. This is actually a vlog slash rant. I apologize for not doing a lot of videos lately. I've been very, very busy with work. In fact, part of this rant is about work. Anyway, for some of you guys did not know, is I work in retail for a long, long time. And there is something I always say, drive it like a stolen or drive it like a dragster. For some of you guys don't even know what those means. Those are actually expressions. Besides saying drive safely, it's like another way of saying drive safely except the opposite. But it is not literal. Don't take it too seriously. And last night, my manager just got a hold of me and say, hey, you can't say this anymore. I say, why? Because it was a complaint. Say, well, she's just telling me to drive fast. It's like, no, don't take it seriously. I mean, what's with you people? I'm living in a world and society that everybody takes offense at. I get offended because people are getting offended just the way I say it. It's like, don't take it seriously. A good example is where I work, we sell cigarettes. What I usually say is an old expression from the 1920s, or even a lot older than that, is pick your poison. Now, a year ago, a lady came up to me and said, what do you mean pick your poison? Ironically, cigarettes are poison. FYI, I don't smoke. That's right. I'm pretty that way. Anyway, I'm getting off topic here. I explained to her it's an old expression that I used in the 1920s during Prohibition, where instead of like pick your elixir, pick your beer, pick your wine, whatever, you said pick your poison. And they pick whatever they want. Technically, I said pick whatever you like. What is your poison? And I'm sorry to say it is, ironically, a poison. But it is just an expression. I explained to her. Where I grew up, for some of you don't know, I grew up in the South. I grew up in a family who are race enthusiasts. They love to race. My father, I'm going to mention family, races drag bikes. Now, when I say drive it like a dragster is not a street legal car or a street legal vehicle. No, it's not. And you're only going so fast in a short amount of distance. Technically, I was just being silly. It's like, come on, I'm being silly. Don't take it too seriously. But when people get uber sensitive about this, it's really hard to just say whatever you want. Say what's on your mind. And last night was pretty much a breaking point. Like, how long do I have to take with these people? How long? And I just figured out I'd rather be with the old-fashioned way of saying things. Besides all, like, I can't say a whole lot of words because everybody is so PC. Like, this country or this era is saying, you can never say anything. You cannot exercise your rights for free speech. You can't say whatever you want. I can't swear at work. But let me point out, my coworkers swear all the time in front of customers. And that's okay with them. And it's like, Tony, tell them. It's like, I'm about to my breaking point. I'm about to lose my mind here. And I had a minor anxiety attack. It's like, okay, I can live. And that's it. The thing was, People are so uber sensitive. I even told them, let them play in the dirt. It's like, no, I don't want my things dirty. I don't want my home dirty. It's like, I don't want my kids to get sick. It's the only way to build their immune system. You idiots. Yes. When it comes to my philosophy, I think the entire population of this planet are idiots. They don't know why certain things are like that. It's like, why our kids are screaming. I got yelled at because I have to ask someone to give me back their milk so I can take it off. And this little baby just screams, like, I want my milk back. I want my milk back. It's like, dear God, please, please. Just for that incident, I just, like, gave my manager looks like, please send me home. I had enough for today. I want to go home. I want to go into my bed. I can't do that because I'm the only cashier on register. I'm on duty all the time. It's like, it's like, send me home. I'm tired. I want to get the hell out of here. I'd rather work this morning than tomorrow night. Or tonight. That way, I know what I'm doing. I can put things up. Last Saturday was the first time I organized the entire periodicals. And someone on staff who was there for about a month or two didn't do it correctly. I literally said, well, I had to take everything off. The majority of whatever I saw were there for weeks, and no wonder it was like there's nothing to fit. And I can't train. I used to be a trainer, just a trainer that helps out. They don't do their job correctly for weeks. I do that job better, and unfortunately, due to all this, I cannot perform normally. I even want to tell my manager, is there any way I can exercise some of my ability to do my job better than being on register all the time? And no, I can't. I can't. Now, hopefully this YouTube thing actually pans out and be pretty popular on YouTube, just like everybody else. Because I feel that I'm pretty much comfortable saying whatever I can on camera and not get in trouble. And damn right, I need to express it, but I want to talk to my friends like I had a bad day. Last night was horrible. The reason I had to be on register because I'm working with two very useless managers. I mean, these are the second and third place useless managers I work with. I mean, they're not bad. They're not trying to help. I mean, they're not bad. They're trying to help me, but they're not. They don't stay busy. They talk like nonstop. And at the end of the day, like end of the night, when we're getting ready to get out, they talk. And while I'm standing there doing my job, I was like, get back to work. Redo it. Help me out a little. Please. We are a team. And this is why I said they're the second and third useless. When I was working at another store, this is like my third transfer. I've been transferring like here and there just so I can keep up. This is when the manager at the time, no, correction, the third and fourth. The first two, the top two, were from this store. It was a store manager, sorry, and a assistant manager. She actually got promoted to assistant manager that very year. The reason why I say they're both useless. The second useless is actually a store manager. I mean, the only reason, no, he and her tied. Correction, second and third, and then those two are the first worst people to work with. Now this is why. As a cashier, I do make mistakes. It's part of the job to make mistakes. That way you can learn them. You cannot grow without mistakes. You cannot grow. You cannot learn. That means if you do everything perfectly, you can't learn. You can't learn from your mistakes. But you have to learn from your mistakes in order to grow and evolve as a person. Those two never learn their lessons. Maria, she cannot. I can never get a hold of her when she's on break. I tried pushing the button. It's like, help, I need help, I need help, I need help. Part of my job, I don't even have the keys to the darn register, and I need her help. It's like, someone wants to get out of this. Someone wants to do this and that. And she was never there. If I need change, she is never there. And as soon as she goes, finally, I need your help. And then I want to tell her, you can't do this. You can't be in your car on break. It's like, I understand. You can't leave the store once you're on break. I'm allowed to do this on break because I can leave the store and, let's say, go to like the closest Kentucky Fried Chicken and get like a meal, and I can come back and I can eat it there. But if I was a manager, I can't. It's like, I can't. And my managers can't. They can't leave the store. In fact, yeah, I just mentioned, it's like she can't. Okay. The other manager, there was a time in my career where I had no hours. If I ever got hours at that particular store, it's very little. I'm only getting at least about 4 or 5 hours a day, 10 hours a week. In other words, 2 half shifts. And I've actually confronted him and say, look, now before you guys need to understand, I lived through pretty much a military-like work ethic. I'm pretty much on time. It's hurry up and wait kind of deal. And that is me. At the last 45 minutes, I'm on standby because there's going to be a rush. I'm preparing for a rush. Believe it or not, since this whole weekend is the weekend, I can't do anything about it. As soon as I hit the doors, 9 a.m. on Monday, which is the 4th of July, I will be too busy to function. I'll be too busy working. Anyway, I told him, look, there are 3 things you can't mess around with. My money, my men, and my liberty. You gave me too much liberty, meaning you gave me too many days off. Luckily for you, you don't mess with my men. But you mess with my money. He said, you can't do that. It's not fair that you have me on roster for this entire time, but you don't put me in. I had to apply for another job and spend 6 weeks working. Those were the best and the worst weeks ever. The reason why, the pay was good. The worst, I was in a hot environment. I got a call back. It was roughly around April. It was April 2014. I semi-transferred to another store in order to get more hours. They need help. I took the initiative. I did. I was on their roster for a short moment, and I was actually scheduled for that day between like this and that. I got a text message from him. I told him that he said, I really need you for these hours, blah, blah, blah. I said, I'm sorry, I can't do that. I'm going to reschedule those hours somewhere else. He said, I can talk to whoever, blah, blah, blah. And I said, no, I'm not working under you again. And I was literally telling him off. It's like, you cannot do this. You mess with my schedule to the point where I'm on the verge of being homeless. I have no way to contact people that I needed a new job with. I cannot, like, buy minutes for my phone because you rather not pay me because you don't like me. Yes, it is a thing, a chemistry thing when it comes to two people. I can get along great with other people. I'm more laid back. I'm fun. Sure, I'm pretty much a homebody. Once I hit, like, clock out, it's like, I'm going home. Can't do anything. Don't care. Don't want to do anything. Don't want to do anything. I can plan on going to take care of videos. In fact, tomorrow is the major video. Yay! But, no. No. Because they rather say, well, you need the hours, you work so hard, you got French. Come Tuesday, it's my anniversary. I'll be making a little more money than usual. I mean, the $9 an hour I can deal with. It's like, okay, this is good, it's decent money, $9 an hour is decent. I mean, it's borderline, but still, I can still pay, like, whatever I need to do. Buy, like, food, buy stuff that I wanted. Planning on buying Pokemon Sun and Moon. Have them on reserve. That way I can get it once midnight starts on that night. And then I'm like, yeah! But no. But no. And that is because they rather not pay me. They rather not have me around than have me do everything I want. They rather call me in and fill in while everybody else is like doing la-di-da. I will warn them. I'm taking some time off on the 15th of October. And then a few other days, it said, I need a vacation. I don't care. You're not saying, well, we cannot have you call off. You cannot do this and that. It's like, look, you have me working pretty much every holiday. The only holidays I didn't work are those that happen to be on a Sunday. And let me explain to you. I need me time. My days off aren't enough. In fact, I lost a day off because someone quit. Somebody quit because of medical reasons. I can understand that. Do you know what I do before I transfer? I initiative the transfer. I said, look, I can work that store like on your schedule. Then I can work that store on that store, their schedule, but make sure it's my last. And I made crazy money. I was tired. I was in the middle of moving. I was tired. It's like, thank God I'm done. Thank God, thank God. Unfortunately, at the time, the moving was like 3 months, and I like, worst decision ever. I digress. Anyway, my superiors are idiots. I even complained to one superior about another superior. He said, "You have a habit of making enemies." Not really. It's like, they have a habit of making enemies of me. They have a habit of putting me in situations where I don't feel comfortable. And it's not good. I gave them like a pleading looks. It's like, please let me go. Please let me go like somewhere to hide. Let me calm down. They can't. It's like, nope. Nope. And the sad part is, like I said, they're idiots. I said, look, is there any way you guys can help me so I can perform better? I need to handle my anxiety better. And in fact, it was, I think 9 months ago. Yeah, 9 months ago, I had a moment where I want to break down and cry. In fact, I did. They want to send me on break because you need a break. No, I said, I'm not ready for a break. I'm not hungry. I have a set schedule when it comes to eating. I'd rather wait till 6:30 at least when we're slow. That way, give me time. And then they said, well, you need to go on break. I took the sign off and said, let me work. I can do this. She put the sign back. It's like, no, you go on break. No. And then she insults me right in front of the customer. And then the customer like laughs. It's like, yeah, there's something wrong with her. I was furious. We need to talk kind of furious. Like, you don't say things like that. You don't say things who are those who are socially awkward around people. I can't talk normally. I can't be myself around. But when I'm with them, I can never be myself. It's like, I need to shut up. I can't say anything. If I say one word, they'll like freak out. Kind of thing. And in fact, in my position, if I didn't say anything, they'll freak out. I mean, I even said the magic words, may I, please. And then this guy gets insulted, like, who do you think I am? I'm old enough to buy this? Sir, I can't go through this. I can't bypass this. I'm sorry. I mean, I can bypass with those who are buying fireworks or buying cold medicine as long as I know they're over the age of 18. If you guys don't live in America, I'll explain. There are certain laws. In fact, one major law would be when it comes to cough medicine, because there's an ingredient where little kids can get high on. And you have to be at least 18. Fireworks, obviously, because they're dangerous. Cigarettes. You have to be 18 in order to purchase them. Spray paint. Again, it's dangerous. It has chemicals that can make a person high. Plus, young men, young teenage men, they like to put graffiti everywhere. If you have something that can be permanent and can be used for anything, it can. They can do a lot of damage. I was in a store where I see a lot of graffiti on the walls of a bathroom. And alcohol. My store started to sell alcohol a few years ago. In fact, about 5 years ago. They decided that to make it more of a convenience store. No. You have to be at least 21. Now, is how we're set up. Is how we set all these up. That way, we cannot really bypass. I can bypass the medicine. I can bypass the fireworks. Spray paint, not much. I mean, I can just press no, and that's it. If I see a person that's too young, I say, sorry, sir, may I see ID? If you get offended, but how do you all, I'm old enough to buy this. It's like, I can't bypass it. Spray paint, certain lighters, I can bypass. The only two things I cannot bypass, and I can't do this by law, is cigarettes and alcohol. Okay? And that is because if I get caught bypassing it on my own without seeing ID, even though if I know who does this, if I know people does this, like let's say, okay, let's see, Miss Henrietta Huckenbarker. She is 80 years old. She always buys the same cigarettes, Marlboro Lights 100s. I'm going to use an actual product, but if you don't know what Marlboro Lights 100 is, it's pretty much, it's actually like a white package of cigarettes, like 100s is such. It's pretty much no bigger than like this actually, except like a little lighter. Sorry, it's just like a size of a 100s. And it's a little wider, like 2 of these combined will be just as big enough as a package. The packaging is like mostly white, but it has like some gold accents to it. Gold and cigarettes term meaning lights, and then you got menthol lights, which is like green with a gold trimming. That's pretty much it. And they said, I need Marlboro Lights 100s, please. With me, I get out of the cabinet. I look at her calmly. Ma'am, may I see ID, please? She will give me a dirty look. It's like, I'm old enough to buy this. I'm 80 years old. You know that. I was like, ma'am, I know you've been here a lot. Please understand, I can't bypass it. It's a law. If I do that, I get caught. I get fired. It ruins everything, and you don't want me to lose my job. So, everybody do it, including the gas station. They're bound by law, too. They're bound by law. For anyone who lives outside the United States, this is what I'm talking about. The reason why you have to be over the age of 18 for this, because you're technically a legally adult at the age of 18. However, alcohol. That's another question to answer. It is because we in the United States have a drinking age of 21. There will be sometime soon that we will jack up the age of drinking to 25. If I was a lawmaker, I'll make it up to 30. And this is why, by the age of 30, we are wiser. We are smarter. We know how to take things. We know how to drink lightly and responsibly. Those who are in college, they get drunk, they black out, and all hell breaks loose. To any of my young viewers out there, at the age between 18 and 22, I'm sorry, but it's the truth. I'm being honest with you guys. And to be exact, there are some, you can like go somewhere else and you can drink. Unfortunately, if you're an American, let's say you go to Canada just to drink, you can't do that. If you're American, you go to the embassy, you follow American rules. There you go. So yeah, people bottom line is, people get offended on the slightest little thing. It's like, you can't say anything. I get in trouble for, like, she can't say anything. In fact, I got in trouble just to say one word, but it's part of a story. And in fact, I'll do a story time later. Yeah. I'm a mess. And as soon as I get home, I can say the most horrid things. I can say the C word. I can say the N word. In fact, unfortunately, everybody in my house, it's white, female, we don't care. It's like everything's uncensored. It's like the most adult movies you watch, and you cannot. And you can say whatever you want. It's like everything is bound. We don't care. I don't get offended. Never got offended by any of my peers until recently. And I'm okay with it. But once I'm at work, I feel like I would just like, hi, bye, have a wonderful day, go away. Go away. Or no, being jokingly, it's like, no, don't want to do it. It's like, don't want to be here. It's like, it's not that I'm being silly. What is wrong with, like, being silly? Get a chuckle out of these people. I was like, whoever is this is too sensitive. In this society, people are too sensitive. By age, by stuff, I don't care. Come on. Throw me a bone here. This is not funny anymore. In fact, it's worse. You know how worse it is? The immigration. We got a bunch of people. Actually, the majority of immigration now are Muslims. Now, I'm not hating on the Muslims, but this is actually part of the problem. I'm not being racist here. Warning, not racist. It's just in general. If you're a Muslim, I apologize in advance. But in schools, there used to be, every morning, you press your right hand over your heart, say the Pledge of Allegiance. You can't do it anymore. Bears pride in your country. Where is it? Can't do it. You can't do it anymore. There used to be the 10 Commandments on every school, every state house, every church. If it's on church property, it's fine. Anywhere else, it can't. We used to pray in schools. We can't. We used to punish kids with a spanking. Can't do it anymore. Because we're too sensitive. I'm saying this at the bottom of my heart. Man up, America. Man up. Grow a pair of balls. Take it like a man. We're living in an age where everyone takes offense. No prayers in school, cannot exercise our religion unless we're in church. We can't do it. I beg of you, man up. That's it. We work really hard for our jobs. We need to vent, and this is my venting. Anyway, it's getting a little too long. I'll end it now. Anyway, if you like any of my content, please like and subscribe to my channel. And there are plenty of things to watch. I got my Pokemon video to work on. I want to jam-pack everything in there. Jam-pack. Thank you. And have a great day.